Hey, it's Ducky, and are you needing a GOTH Valentine's Day card? Because today I'm going to show you how I collaged this anatomical heart for my partner's Valentine's card. Honestly, when it comes to Valentine's, I find it a bit of a consumerism day. I don't think it's absolutely necessary. It just feels very consumerist and capitalist, and I really try not to buy into that. I think if you love someone, you should be showing them every day that you love them, not just Valentine's Day. I've told my partner not to buy me presents for Valentine's Day because he very much falls into the consumerism of any holiday. He loves buying presents for people and spending money, but I just don't need lots of material things. I think it's a lovely excuse to go out for a nice date, but it definitely shouldn't be the only day of the year that you're showing your love to someone. At least that's what I think. But how do you feel about Valentine's? I must say I do like the gothic Valentine's kind of aesthetic, the black and the red, black and pink. Right up my alley. I must say I adore the romance in gothic literature, the Victorian-esque longing. And I always think about it when I'm trying to write a love letter or a card and such. But I'm not the best at writing in those styles myself. It is my goal to be able to write more love letters to my partner in these styles and also to my friends. I want to be a hopeless romantic, but my mental health and pessimism really gets in the way. But anyway, that was the inspiration really for the writing I decided on. I don't know if it is a quote from somewhere or something, but I just wanted to do an anatomical heart and instantly thought the phrase "my heart bleeds for you." I feel it really encapsulates the gothic romantic longing and infatuation, and I guess that's the kind of love I've always wanted. But love that looks like that, there is a very thin line between love and abuse, And I think many people, myself included, have blurred that line and fallen into extremely dark and abusive relationships far too many times. I found for the first time in my life a genuine, loving relationship, and that's much easier for me to see that line and avoid it. I have actually looked up the phrase now, which maybe was something I should have done before I wrote it on a card. But oh well. I didn't realise it was something people said as like sympathy, which I get, but not what I was going for. For me, it feels like a longing and desire to be close and wrap yourself up in your love. It feels like that giddy feeling when you realise that you look at your partner and see their flaws, but it makes them more perfect. It's a primal desire to become one with your love. I don't know, and I'm not sure if I'm explaining it well or just making it sound like lust, because that isn't what I mean. It's a pure, innocent, giddy longing, and sure, that may come with a side of lust, especially for people like me. But I'm not really talking about that lust in this moment, even though it sounds like it. Or maybe I've just got a dirty mind and anything love related sounds like lust to me. I watched Nosferatu. I think it's Nosferatu. At the beginning of the year, and I think it reignited my love for Gothic literature that I feel I've lost connection with over the years. I used to love writing and pouring my heart out, and I think cringe culture when I was 13 has really made it difficult for me to have my heart on my sleeve like I used to pour my feelings out onto paper. I used to spend hours writing stories and songs and making art that was expressive, and I don't know how to do that anymore. I feel very disconnected from that part of me. I make art because I enjoy it. I don't put my feelings into it as much anymore. I certainly don't write stories or songs. My voiceovers are the closest thing to that now. Sadly, it seems most of my writing was on phones I don't have anymore before Google had everything linked up, and pieces of paper I threw out because I thought they were pointless. I also think the history of Valentine's Day is very interesting because it has its roots in very similar stories for both pagans and Christians. I'm by no means a historian or have researched it completely, but I think it's unique that Day of Love is also a day celebrated by two religions that are often pitted against each other. Unlike other holidays where it's argued whether Christians or pagans held the traditions first, I have my beliefs, but I also respect others. This day holds importance to both from the Roman times. Both religions took inspiration from similar, if not the same events, and have continued to celebrate love on that day or around that day. I believe that Imbolc is similar in some ways to Valentine's Day. Imbolc is a Gaelic holiday that many modern pagans celebrate, and it is a celebration of fertility and fire and love without the consumerism that Valentine's has had happen to it, and I think that's beautiful. I believe Christians may also celebrate Imbolc, but not necessarily the same way. But I don't really know anything about that because I'm pagan, not Christian, so I'm not going to speak on it. I've barely spoke about the actual card yet. I love the gold detailing I did. It's just a cheap washi tape I got for Christmas, I'm pretty sure from The Range, which is a cheap department type store in the UK. But it looks so cool and it's so shiny. I love it. Okay, so I've been practicing some different fonts, and I think I'm gonna go for this kind of drippy one because it matches the drips. I'm so happy with how this came out. I think this is the best collage I've done yet, and I love the texture. I don't know if you can, yeah, you can. The texture I got with like using thick acrylic paint and just kind of like dabbing it on there. Oh, there's some glue on here. I love all the different textures, and this gold tape, so pretty. I mean, you can kind of see, you can see where like the lines for the tape are, but I'm not really that bothered. And like just a little bit of black outlines has really elevated it, I think. I'm just so happy with how this has come out. I absolutely love how this card has turned out, and I know my partner will love it too. I'd love to make this card into a print or a sticker or a card or something in the future with like gold foiling on these gold bits in the future. I don't know when that will be. I'd love to start selling my art at some point, but I don't think I'm there just yet. Anyway, here's the final results. Anyway, here's the final result. Thank you for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.